leadership, teamwork, and time management, to name a few, when students fill every waking moment of their lives with numerous and diverse activities, the benefit quickly becomes outweighed by the lack of focus that results from spreading themselves too thin. A study by the Harvard Business Review states that focusing on more than one thing at a time decreases your productivity by 40% and lowers your IQ by 10 points. So what drives this insatiable desire to be an extreme joiner? To be the student who can say they are the captain of the soccer team, statewide volleyball champion, president of the juggling society, and chairman of the underwater basket weaving club? The obvious answer is college. The widely accepted idea among high schoolers that to get into the school of their dreams, they must be a better multitasker than Martha Stewart has caused our nation's youth to engage in an effort to be the most special. However, ultimately, we fail to achieve our attempted individualism because our motives are so superficial. Perhaps it's the way we apply to college in this day and age that has lost the speciality it was had when our parents suffered through the same process. Thanks to the Common App, students now have the ability to apply to dozens of schools with just a click of a button. A quarter of all freshmen enrolled in college in 2010 applied to 7 or more schools, according to the NACAC in its 2011 college admission report. Yet, when my mom applied to school it's not important. She listed applications to 5 schools. But my guidance counselor was telling me about some South student who was applying to 26 universities. Are you kidding me? With this capacity to realistically apply to 20 schools in one sitting, students lose the determination that was once had in the 1970s, and the average number of schools applied to was fewer than 3. Therefore, aspiring to get into the school that is the perfect fit for a student's academic pursuits and personal interests is replaced with a lotto-type system where if you play enough tickets, you're bound to win something. This gamble, along with the fact that our students are suffering from a bad case of multitaskitis, provides students with a muddled idea of what it means to achieve success in the college process. Malcolm Gladwell's non-fiction book Outliers tells us that to be truly proficient in any field or skill, we must devote 10,000 hours to perfecting it. And so then, what happens when we devote 10,000 hours to 11 different activities? The answer is, after a great deal of stress and probably a touch of therapy, we're in the same place we began. When students try to put 110% into everything they do, they end up not making any real progress in any of their endeavors. Thus, our success rates in individual activities plummet because we're trying to be perfect at too many things. We don't need syndrome to tell us that. David McCullough states the issue perfectly in his 2012 Wellesley High School commencement speech. No longer is it how you play the game. No longer is it even whether you win or lose or learn or grow or enjoy yourself doing it. Now it's, so what does this get me? As a result, be cheap and worthy endeavors, and building a Guatemalan medical clinic becomes more about the application to Bowdoin than the well-being of Guatemalans. He goes on to say that, in a broader sense, our many high school accomplishments are but a footnote in the college race. He rather bluntly states, across the country there are 3.2 million students graduating from 37,000 high schools. That's 37,000 class presidents and 37,000 valedictorians. Whoa. But the solution, however, is not as simple as just sticking to one activity, but rather, as he later said, after 9 minutes of quite abruptly telling the same class they were not special, to do whatever it is that you do for no reason other than you love it and believe in its importance. In the end, the syndrome's diabolical plan to make everyone special ends up a glorious failure. Our desire and strive to stand out leads us to a revelation that had been in front of our faces the whole time. To be special, we have to accept our capacity to be normal. After all, aren't we all human beings? And as I look to conclude this address, I realized I probably should have taken my own advice. Writing this speech at 11:30 with a chemistry major exam to study for and hours of play practice and team coaching under my belt, I sat at my desk trying to find a conclusion that would wow you all. I realized that I myself have fallen into the trap plaguing every student who's ever gone to school. And so my last bit of advice and big, shocking conclusion is, if you really want to be special, don't try it. Because in your own way, you already are.